Hello, Divine Soul. It's Anna T. Brooks, Sovereign Energy Alchemist, and welcome to another episode of Energetic Alchemy with Anna. And today I am talking about the self-made reality check. So when you think of the phrase self-made, the first thing that normally comes to mind is self-made millionaire, right? That's usually the thing that most people think of. The thing is, all of us, every single person is self-made. But it's only the successful people that take responsibility for it, right? You'd never hear somebody say, I am a self-made bankruptee, or I am a self-made divorcee, or I am a self-made person on the brink of death, or whatever it happens to be, right? We never say these kinds of things. It's always a self-made millionaire, a self-made success, a self-made win of some sort, right? It's only the successful people that tend in our society to take responsibility for being self-made. But the truth is, we are all self-made, every single one of us. Whatever you have made of your life up until this point, and whatever you continue to make of your life moving forward, is self-made. It was done by you. It was done by your choices. It was done by your beliefs. It was done by what you believe is true or is not true, how something is, how something isn't, and the choices that you make and the actions that you take moving forward. And one of the most powerful things that we can do is to actually acknowledge this and to realize that we are all self-made. Just because we're not admitting to it all the time and because people aren't talking about it all the time doesn't change that reality. And that even though it may be painful sometimes to look at something and take responsibility for something that you've had a part in because it's your life that hasn't worked out the way that you want, the sooner you are able to actually take responsibility for your part in it, for your choices, for your decisions, for your energy in this particular situation and how you're moving and how you're actually moving through it, the sooner you can take some responsibility for your part in it, the sooner you can actually take responsibility and move forward. Right? Because as long as something is somebody else's fault, as long as somebody else did something to you, somebody else caused this, when we hear people say all the time, well, so-and-so said this, and because of you, I feel like this, because of you, I did this. And it's taking that entire responsibility from ourselves, right? This is why I am a sovereign energy alchemist, not just an energy alchemist. I help you to come back to your sovereignty, right? To your power, to your understanding that you are sovereign, that you have absolute say over who you are, what you stand for, what happens in your life and what doesn't, right? That is the energy of being sovereign. And so in doing that, it means that yes, you take responsibility, not just for all the amazing things that you create, but you also take responsibility for the things in your life that most people are not going to want to. They're going to want to blame somebody else. And in doing so, they put that responsibility on somebody else, and it means that it is outside of them to be fixed. It cannot ever be fixed. It cannot ever be healed. It cannot ever get better because it's somebody else's fault, right? We are all self-made. We all continue to be self-made. And the sooner that you are able to actually claim responsibility for yourself, for your energy, not for somebody else, not for what they did to you, not for how they've treated you or anything like that, that's on them. That is their energy, their karma, their life cycle that they're going through. But on how you choose to move forward, how this impacts you is entirely on you. Regardless what anybody else has done, regardless what anyone else has said or treated you or made you go through or whatever it is, how you choose to move forward and how you choose to feel about this and how you choose to actually process this is entirely on you. The situation, we can argue. It's a much bigger conversation, I think, about how this situation came to be. But the point is, moving forward, it is up to you how this impacts you, and taking responsibility for the bad, taking responsibility for your part in feeding into your shadows is just as important as taking the responsibility to celebrate yourself and to love yourself for the amazing things that you've created as well, because both parts are who we are. We are absolutely an integration of everything. And if you can take responsibility for one, you can definitely take responsibility for the other, and you will have actual control, more control over the other as well. Because if you can take responsibility for the parts where you are not being absolutely sovereign and absolutely integral to yourself and to your highest good, and you are in fact stepping into some sort of victim shadow or any other shadows, that is when you have the power to change that. If you do not actually acknowledge it, if you do not move forward, nothing is going to change. So I hope this has been a little bit eye-opening for you, and that you are able to move forward in some way, take some responsibility somewhere that you've perhaps been shying away, or somewhere that you have still been blaming or holding resentment towards someone. This is something we all go through. I am no different to you, but it is so empowering to actually choose a different path forward. So I'd love for you to like, comment, click share, whatever it is that you feel called to do. If you think this is valuable, I would love for you to share this across, and I will see you really soon. Remember, live life on purpose. Mwah.